We asked for the videos from the University of Wisconsin, and they destroyed them after we asked for them. In fact, we learned that a video had been made of a series of experiments that were done in about 2002 by a scientist here named Ned Kalin. Ned Kalin is the chair of the psychiatric department here. He strapped baby monkeys into chairs and then he frightened them, and he watched their brains using an MRI. His paper was called The Neurobiology of Fear. It was published in Scientific American. Using the Freedom of Information Act and the Wisconsin Open Records statutes, we asked for copies of those videotapes and they ignored us, didn't even respond to our requests. We continued asking for copies of those tapes. Eventually they decided that no, they did write back and said, no, you can't have them. In fact, this is basic data from ongoing research. It's not true because the study had long passed. Nevertheless, they said you can't have those tapes. So we continued to ask for them. We finally got an attorney involved. She started asking for them, started filling out more formal requests, on legalese letterhead and all of these sorts of things. They started passing them on to their legal department. Then they finally wrote back and said, no, the public's interest in not knowing what was going on in the labs was more important than the public's interest in knowing. We didn't think that sounded too good, so we got a local reporter involved in that. So he started asking questions about it. Then they wrote back to him and said, in fact, we don't think those records exist anymore. We think that a year ago there was a steam pipe broke in a room that was storing 60 boxes of videotapes, photographs, documents, and that the steam damaged those records. So he asked, did you try to see the videos anyway? Were they still able to be viewed? The senior legal counsel, John Dowling, who was involved in the correspondence, said he didn't know. So we asked, what documents were destroyed? What videos were destroyed? What photographs were destroyed? They said they didn't know. They said that we kept no record of the documents that we destroyed, of the records that we destroyed. They have to keep, if there's a formal request under state records laws, they have to keep the documents in hand for 60 days. 63 days after our last request for those documents, they called a commercial company. They came in, loaded them up, took them someplace, and shredded the lot. Shredded the lot. What was on those videotapes? What were those photographs of? What did those records show that they didn't want you to see?